Look at this beast. Is this something else or what? I bought this thing off of eBay for 30 bucks. There are 4 layers of bearings in here. 1, 2, 3, and one is hidden under the cap. And it's not an R188. It's bigger than that. Same style as these other ones. It's hard to say what to say about this thing. What happened was, usually I save up my packages when I buy them to do opening or unboxing videos. This one was so heavy that I just had to open it up and see what it was. Because when you buy this on eBay, it doesn't look like it's going to be anywhere near this big. So I had to open it up and see what it was. So I opened up the package and found this beast. It kind of defies my testing techniques. I've got a really small air compressor, and I tried to spin this thing up with my air compressor, and it spun up, but not as fast as you could spin it by any means. And my spin time, I only did it once. Spin time for this thing with my air compressor going at putting as much power into it as I could for as long as I could. I got 3 minutes and 51 seconds for spin time, so it's not a long spinner, unfortunately. The implication with this thing is that if you've got multiple layers of bearings, you're going to get a longer spin time. It's just not the case really, though, because if you hold the inner bearings and you spin this outer bearing, you see this thing barely spins at all. It's got so much drag in there that it just won't spin. And if you hold the inner 2 bearings and spin the outer 2, you still don't get very much. So most of the spin is relying on the innermost bearing. And I thought, well, maybe this would be a case where I can actually get this thing spinning faster with my hands than I could with my little air compressor. And that wasn't the case. I spun this thing. I kind of went like this and did this as fast as I could, and really tried as hard as I could to get this thing spinning as fast as possible. And I still got a spin time of with that technique. I got a spin time of 1 minute and 23 seconds. That was as fast as I could go. Plus, this thing is kind of greasy, so I kind of wanted to warn you guys off of this thing. It's unless you've got some kind of interesting use for it. I don't know what you could do with this thing. I don't know what you could do. You could spin it like that. And it's not a great hand spinner, and it's not a long spinner, and it's a big, huge hunk of steel it actually weighs 505 grams. Which is by far the heaviest fidget spinner I've ever seen. But I don't see what you're going to get out of this other than, I mean, you can't carry this around in your pocket. It's too heavy. It's just huge. And what you would want out of something like this would be a really long spinner, and you just don't get that. But it does spin. You get some spin time out of it. So I thought I'd show you this. Amazingly, you can get this thing for 30 bucks. Somebody puts these things together and sells them for 30 bucks. It's been on eBay forever. I've seen it for months on eBay, and it's still there, and they're still selling them for 30 bucks. But I just thought I'd show you what this thing actually was. It doesn't, when you look at the pictures of it on eBay, it doesn't look like it's this big. I didn't think it was going to be anywhere near this big. I thought I might have an actual thing. It's so big. I mean, I've got not really huge hands, but fairly good size hands, and you can see I can just barely hold on to the thing. If you got small hands, you don't have a chance with this thing. So I thought I'd show you this and then pack it away and never play with it again. All right, see you later.